Micky, another game then, and I know listening to you after the game, it was a real sense of frustration, wasn't it, after Crewe, because it was a game that you could easily have won.
Yeah, like we said, after the game, up till half time, goal apart, when you're in top like that, I think we would have to say that you have to take chances that come your way when you're in top, and we weren't able to do that. And then Crewe scored a good goal. To be fair, it's a good strike, and Ross has got no chance if it's a good strike. We could do better just before it. But then we come into the second half and probably played with too much urgency, and decision making was probably not poor, but we just made the wrong decisions, which is important in football. We maybe went forward too quickly and didn't work the way that we had done in the first half. But I can understand that, because there are a group that's learning, and we've spoken about it this morning, and you've got to make good choices and not force things and get frustrated, because we were so much on top, I believe, in the first half. I really do, that I can imagine why they were so frustrated. But even then, we still had chances in the second half to bring the game level again, and again we weren't quite able to do it. So we are disappointed because we took such a big falling over there. We feel like we've let them down because we want to win every game that we play them. But all we can do is come back in again this morning. After the game, the meeting, and again this morning, keep working hard and try to keep us consistent with the things that we believe will help us to try and score goals, and then try and do that most important thing in the football, put it in the net. But we're certainly creating the chances, and we're doing a lot right now. It's about putting it all together for longer. But we do accept to be the be all and end all is about winning games of football, and we never won on Saturday, so we're disappointed about that.
Yeah, and you mentioned there about the fans who went along and they feel frustrated. Well, they want you to be higher up the table. No one feels that more than you, of course, but is that a hard sort of pressure to bear? Is that?
No, I don't know about... People always say about pressure all the time. No, I think it's frustration that you feel, because you're at the side of the pitch and you can see, because you work with players all the time, and you understand that when they're doing the things that we want to do well, that they're doing them, and you're just not getting that goal, and so you feel frustrated. And then you feel frustrated as well because the supporters have come across and New Year's Day and the numbers, and you haven't won as well, so you feel frustrated for that. But yeah, I understand. I don't think I feel it any more than anybody else. I think I feel it the same as everybody else. I think we all are united in wanting Tranmere to do well. I think that's one thing that we have to get straight is, I understand we all want Tranmere to do well, so do I. And we have to win games of football, or people show the frustration at times, but quite honestly, yeah, I understand that, but my job is to get back on with things again and keep trying to help the players to try and win games of football, because they really are an exceptionally good bunch of lads as people, this group of players. I didn't have to say that, but they are. So they make you want to work hard for them and try and get them to a place where they are taking the chances, they are winning games, and you can see them flourishing as players. So I just concentrate on that.
How confident are you, Micky? Because we've now just gone over statistically the halfway point of the season. You're 5 points off the playoffs, which can be, and you showed over Christmas that you can reduce that to 3. In a way, it's still all there for you, isn't it?
Absolutely. But we have never really set any targets other than finding the performance that would score us goals and keep us clean sheets. So we'll continue to try and find that, and then take the chances that we are creating and try and win the games of football, and concentrate on doing that. And if we do that well enough, consistently enough, we'll win games, and then we can start to think about what we're going to do. But the most important thing is we concentrate on the performance and try and give ourselves a chance of scoring goals, and we are doing that, but then taking them, and we are practicing it all the time. We work hard every day on consistency of the way that we believe we want to play. Today's no different. We've done that again today, and we'll continue to do that. But I understand, I do genuinely understand. I'm a football fan myself. People get frustrated and disappointed if you're not winning games of football, because that's surely what football is and should be all about. But my job as the manager is to try and help this group of players win.
And you talked about possibly hoping to get a couple of options in the January transfer window, certainly in terms of forward players maybe, and trying to get the ball in the back of the net. Is there any movement on that at all at the moment?
No, what I said was, I know sometimes it can be misconstrued, and I said that we would need to move players out before we bring players in, which is understandable. That's the way that business should work. So we'll probably have to look at trying to do that in order to try and bring players in, and then hope that they're available in the talent pool that we can afford to shop in, which is the same in any business. So we understand that, but until that happens, we'll keep working forward with the group that we have, and see what opportunities may come our way as January unfolds.
It's an important month because you've got 3 home games out of 4 as well, starting with Sutton, who've had a good little spell. They're just above you in the table, although I think you've got a game in hand. So a nice team to kind of reel in if you can beat them.
Yeah, we've had a good little spell ourselves for 2 results at the last 3 games over Christmas, so that's what we're doing at the minute. So we'll look forward to a tough game at home. So it was tough to play Sutton, but we enjoy playing at home. We haven't played at home as much recently. Cup ties have been away from home as well. So it's always nice to come back to Brent Park and perform a game. So, like I said, we're working on since the last game is towards the performance on Saturday.
And I think you're still without Lewis because of suspension. Anyone else a problem for you at the moment, or has everyone come through the game?
There's a few ill, but we'll see how they are tomorrow. But apart from the long-term guys, we pretty much have everybody else available.